A cash stuffing, does it actually work? There's something strangely comforting about watching someone organize their life with colorful binders, labeled envelopes, and crisp stacks of cash. If you've spent even 5 minutes on TikTok or YouTube lately, you've probably seen it, cash stuffing. It's a viral trend, yes. But it's also an old-school budgeting method that's quietly making a massive comeback. People are trading in their credit cards and apps for physical envelopes, stuffing cash into categories like groceries, rent, fun, and even a treat yourself. It looks peaceful, satisfying, even powerful. But does it actually work? Today, I'm diving deep into the world of cash stuffing, what it is, why it's suddenly everywhere again, how the method works, and whether or not it can really help you take control of your finances in a digital-first world. The premise of cash stuffing is simple, almost old-fashioned. You take your paycheck, withdraw the amount you need in cash, and divide it up into categories, literally stuffing each dollar into a physical envelope marked food, gas, rent, or whatever else you spend money on. Once the cash is gone from a category, that's it. No dipping into the credit card. No justifying it with well, I deserve it. No pretending like future you will figure it out. The envelope is empty. You stop spending. It's incredibly low-tech. No fancy apps, no spreadsheets. Just you, your budget, and some paper envelopes. And yet, this ultra-manual method has taken social media by storm. Why? Because it makes money real again. Think about it, when was the last time you felt money leave your hands? Swiping a card or tapping your phone doesn't hurt. But handing over 320s for a grocery trip? That stings a little. And that sting is often exactly what people need to bring awareness back into their spending habits. Now, cash stuffing isn't new. The roots of this system go back decades. Dave Ramsey popularized a version of it with his envelope method. But even before him, our grandparents were using cash jars and envelopes to budget their way through tough times. So why is it trending again now? Well, the pandemic left a lot of people reevaluating their relationship with money. Inflation hit hard. Credit card debt spiked. And for many, the convenience of digital spending became a trap. With just a few taps, people were draining accounts, building up balances, and wondering, where did my money go? Enter cash stuffing. In a time of financial anxiety, this system offers clarity, control, visual feedback, and maybe even a little bit of fun. Social media made it beautiful. People share videos of themselves creating color-coded binders, writing labels in perfect handwriting, using trackers, stickers, and challenges like the $5 Savings Challenge or the 100 Envelope Challenge. Suddenly, budgeting wasn't boring anymore. It was aesthetic. It was therapeutic. It was a lifestyle. But here's the thing, behind the glittery binders and satisfying ASMR sounds, cash stuffing is still just a tool. The big question is, does it work long-term? Let's walk through the process. If you're wondering how people actually do this, here's what the system looks like in practice. First, you sit down and look at your income for the month. Maybe it's from a paycheck, side hustle, or both. You calculate your total take-home pay. Then you list your spending categories. These are usually broken down into fixed expenses, like rent and bills, and variable expenses, like groceries, gas, entertainment, dining out, and savings. Once that's mapped out, you assign a specific dollar amount to each category. For example, groceries for $100. Gas, $150. Fun, $100. Dining out, $75. Emergency fund, $50. Then, you go to the bank. Yes, an actual bank. And withdraw that amount in cash. You break it into denominations, maybe some 50s, 20s, 10s, and bring it home. Now comes the satisfying part. You take your envelopes or binder with zip pouches, label each section, and physically divide up the cash. Each dollar has a name. Each bill knows where it's going. That's the power of intentionality. As the month goes on, you only spend from those envelopes. If you're at the grocery store, you use money from the groceries envelope. If you want to grab a coffee and you've run out of e-fund money, too bad. You wait or you get creative. The system teaches you to respect your limits. And here's the key, when the envelope runs dry, you don't borrow from other categories. You don't swipe a card. You stop. That moment of stopping? That's where the change happens. For a lot of people, this method is life-changing. Why? Because it brings back awareness. You can't ignore your spending when you physically see your money leaving your hands. It makes it harder to justify bad habits or overspending. You become more mindful. And that mindfulness often leads to better habits, less debt, and more savings. Cash stuffing also forces you to live within your means. You can't spend money you don't have. That's a powerful boundary in a world where credit cards and buy now pay later offers constantly push you to overextend. And let's be honest, it's satisfying. There's something deeply motivating about watching your vacation fund envelope grow. About finishing the month with cash still in your envelopes. It's simple. It's visual. It's emotional. But it's not for everyone. For starters, it's just not practical for a fully digital world. Most of us have bills that are auto-debited. We shop online. We pay for services digitally. And carrying hundreds of dollars in your purse or backpack? That's risky. Also, there's no rewards or interest. With credit cards, you can earn cash back, points, or travel rewards if you pay responsibly. With cash? Nothing. It just sits there. And some people find that cash stuffing becomes too rigid. Life isn't always predictable. You may need to spend more on gas one month and less on groceries another. The envelope system doesn't allow for much flexibility unless you manually shift money around, which can be a slippery slope back into chaos. Plus, there's the learning curve. If you're not naturally organized, keeping track of physical cash can become a mess. Lose your binder? It's gone. Spill water on your envelopes? Gone. Forget to track your spending? You're in the dark. So while cash stuffing is a powerful tool, it's not a silver bullet. Like any budget system, it works if you work it. So who is this method really for? Cash stuffing works best for people who struggle with overspending, are visual learners, need discipline and physical boundaries, feel overwhelmed by digital tools, are in debt and need to reset. It might not work as well for those who pay most expenses online, people who travel often or live cashless lives, anyone who wants to maximize points or cashback, people prone to losing or mismanaging physical money. In the end, it's not about whether it's trendy or aesthetic. It's about whether it helps you feel more in control. I'll be honest with you, I've tried cash stuffing. Not forever, but during a time when my spending habits needed a reset. And it helped. A lot. It helped me feel connected to my money again. It forced me to slow down. To pause before buying. To say no to things I didn't actually care about. It made saving feel exciting. And it showed me how many things I was buying just out of habit, not intention. But eventually, I transitioned into a hybrid system. I now use digital tools to automate the essentials, like rent, utilities, and investing, and I use a cash-based system for spending categories I tend to overspend in, like food or fun money. That way, I get the best of both worlds. So, does cash stuffing work? Yes. But only if you're ready to change your habits, stay consistent, and commit to the process. So, what do you think? Have you ever tried cash stuffing? Did it help you feel more in control, or was it too inconvenient for your lifestyle?